Hello everybody. This is Frogman and welcome back to FTB Skies. Ow, did you manage to eat one of those stupid things? Gross. I need to throw this away. I don't know why. It's terrible. Ouch, ouch. It's okay. Don't eat that next time, stupid. We're busy collecting a few resources because you have to have a few resources to be able to play simple, easy skyblock packs kind of like this. So we're just going to kind of clean a couple of things up and talk about a few things. And apparently I managed to eat another one. I don't know. Things have been going on slightly. I've mainly just been doing a little bit of resource gathering. I haven't really done a whole heck of a lot of, outside of X stuff and how to, just kind of making things work. So you guys haven't really missed a whole heck of a lot. I have kind of claimed a few of the quests that have been going along, but for the most part, there's nothing game-changing happening here. We're getting a little bit of food. We're getting a little bit of a, just an idea as to how things are supposed to work. And, well, we kind of keep moving forward. So I did build a little bit of, we did build the island out a little bit. It is now 3x3 chunks, so we've got a 3x3 area that we get to play with. I did do a little bit of purchasing from stuff, and we will talk about those in a minute, mainly because I want this for my very own. I do like using certain materials when it comes to building certain things, structures, whatnot, and, I really like the fact that 4 saplings gets me a really large amount of wood when it decides to actually work. So we're currently working on that. We're currently building a couple other things. I did go ahead and purchase spruce saplings so that we can start working on spruce and we can start talking about the island. So in between episodes, I have not done a whole heck of a lot of anything as far as moving forward with the pack. I have, however, done a little bit of automation to keep things from going on so that we can kind of, continue on moving forward with this. So in the end of the last episode, we had something just very simple like a drill up there with a hopper and a millstone forcing whatever it's getting into a sifter into a chest that produces stuff for us. And I have since gone a little bit further with that. I now have 3 millstones that I can use to put into this system so that we can get the sand products and the dust products automatically. And I have since kind of done a little bit of work to the tune of, that's kind of somewhat still behind, and we have a reasonable amount of ingots we can use. Plus, I have a decent amount of clay. We're getting there, and I went ahead and sifted just a little bit of stuff that will produce things like kelp and seagrass and sea pickles and salt. Now, going forward with Create, we need this. So I had to get it. It's the only way you're going to get it right off the bat in the game is to sift, I think it's sand in a waterlogged thing, in a waterlogged doohickey, which is one of these things right here in the sifter. Something about this, and we'll talk about this very, very, very quickly, is that if you place a sifter in water like so, it doesn't necessarily do what it's supposed to do. Or at least I figured out that it wasn't working exactly correctly. And the game does tell you this. What you're supposed to do is, you're supposed to do it like this. But you're supposed to get to go like this and there. You can't necessarily place the water into the sifter. You can't waterlog the sifter. See, I can't pick up the water from there. Like some blocks like this. I can waterlog this block, and if I am careful, I should be able to do something like this. I think I can waterlog this block. There's the slab you can, whatever. There's blocks that you can waterlog, and by waterlogging the sifter, you are capable of getting certain things, and I have an absolute mess everywhere now, and it's going to get worse when I do this. I would like that back, please, and then boop, boop, give me my stuff, and as soon as all that goes away, it's important. Anyhow, like I said, that's how you get certain things, so pay attention when you're looking for specific stuff. Waterlogging sifters is how we're going to get clay early in game, so that's where a lot of this came from. So that's where that came from. I did get some seagrass, which I think you're just going to throw that stuff away. We get some salt, and of course, kelp. Kelp we're going to need in order to be able to make conveyor belts for that thing. For Create. I'm pointing up at this ugly mess, but it's going to go away hopefully fairly soon, and, maybe somewhat far away soon. And I managed to complete something that got me a rain shield. Apparently it's raining right now, and that's magnificent. I love that. We will probably place this somewhere way up high so I don't have to look at it, but for right now I think it'll be okay. So I have expanded out slightly, just basically doing the general vanilla farming stuff that you need to do. So I have a small rice farm going over here that you just, as you need to do, you just kind of do stuff like that when it's not ready. And again, very vanilla, very, 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 very manual. And for right now, this is what we're going to be using until we're capable of. Why are you not planted? Anyhow, in order to plant this stuff, which it didn't really make any sense, this is the seeds, technically the thing that you eat. They have to be planted under a full block of water on a plantable block like dirt or something like that. So they'll grow just fine. This is a good source of other things that we're going to need as far as materials, of which why I'm growing it for various reasons. So we've been growing, well, tomatoes because I have tomatoes, and cabbage because I have cabbage, and I've been growing this stuff as well just to kind of try to make sure that we have lots and lots and lots of stuff. And part of the reasoning why I went after the millstones, I broke that one, I didn't want to, is that the millstones will allow you to get more out of what you're cooking or messing around with. So the flax here, if you look at the use on the millstone for milling, it's a guaranteed piece of string plus the possibility of 2 more. So yeah, it's worth the time. The same thing goes with the rice, I believe. In the millstone, you will get rice plus a straw, which straw we're going to need to use to make, well, either the compost, which we're going to talk about later, or the canvas. Excuse me, canvas is how you can make books right there. So when we need to make books, we need to make books that direction. So we haven't gotten that far yet in the playthrough. Not really concerned about it, to be totally honest with you. We'll get there eventually. There's many other ways of doing things, but let me go ahead and put that back, and we can continue on. So again, a little bit of a sugarcane farm. Sugarcane you can get pretty easily from the, I think it's sand or whatever it is, sifting that. But again, it's designed to grow quite tall, so just plant a bunch of it, wait till it's as tall as you can stand it, and then break it all down and put some more stuff down. This is how I got the saplings for the spruces and the dark oaks. These markets, this is, I forget which one this is. I think it's Pam's Havercraft. Whatever, it's a market. Yeah, farming for blockheads. Use, excuse me, R. There we go. It is red wool, it is regular planks, and it is logs. So you're going to have to find a piece of red wool, which is not a humongous big deal considering what we have available in the pack. You can just, do the thingy here and do that. But he will, for an emerald, come out of there, for an emerald, sell you all kinds of nice little things. What he doesn't sell, and what I was hoping he would sell, was going to be the thing that we need in order to mess with a specific mod. So let's see. The mineral saplings. Mineral saplings are how we're going to be able to get into integrated dynamics, and is how we're going to be able to upgrade that thing eventually. So we're going to have to get into Botania so that we can do a mana pool, which that's like we could do that right now. It'd just take us a little bit of time, and I'm not really going to be worried about mineral right now. I don't really need that mod currently. So, sleep. Okay, we should be good, and I have the light overlay on once again. Anyhow, as far as all of this stuff goes, like I said, we had a kind of an issue here. I didn't have the gear ratio set up correctly, so we were running slightly slower than we were supposed to be doing as far as, stuff like that goes. And if I remember, did I make the thing? Where is the thing? Are you kidding me? You're... Are you kidding me? I was going to make something. Anyhow, while we're sitting here talking about stuff, in Create is a speedometer, I believe, or a meter. Let me say, hang on. Speedometer, something like that. There you go. Speedometer, which is just an andesite casing and a compass. And this will be a very useful tool for someone that does not have the beginning tools that we need in order to be able to see what's going on. So that can also be converted into a stress-ometer, which will allow you to see how much stress you still have as far as things go. And, well, it's kind of neat. So I had one built. I don't know what the heck I did with it. I put it in it. Anyhow, this system, in doing so, that will show you the speed at which things are running. And when you place the speedometer on top of that little cog right there, it's running maxed out, tilted as far as it goes. So it works reasonably quickly, at least enough to the point where I kind of quit running it because my current furnace capabilities are not amazing. And, well, we're going to work on this. We're going to work on this as we go. We have lots and lots and lots of time to play with that. I now have to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with you. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. And then I just need to get him down, so... All right, now I think I'm gonna have a problem because he's probably gonna want my bed, but yeah, I was afraid you were gonna go do that. Ah, crap! I need you over there, man. Can I pick you up? Do we have a piggy pack or backpack or? Well, what I'll do, and I know it's kind of dumb. The only available place for him to sleep is over there in that little house right now, of which I need to probably go throw something on. I do not want him to be an armorer. The first thing that I want out of a villager to be, period, is going to be a, I mean, sure, it's bronze stuff. That's kind of nice. We're gonna have to we'll have to reskill him into what I need him to do, but that's fine. He can stand over there for right now. I was afraid he was gonna come over here and play with one of these, but anyhow, he can do the thing. The reason why I'm interested in that, I mean, sidetrack. Sorry, very much sidetracked. Is dripstone. Dripstone can be got from a tier 3 mason. So a mason, if I recall correctly, needs a stoneworker's table or a cutting stone, something like that. That's what I want him to do. So what we'll have to do is, I think I can use andesite for this. I'm sorry, sidetrack. This game is going to be doing that to us. Apparently, this is how they want us to play, is that we need to continuously be all over the place all the time. So what we'll do, given that that's over with, unfortunately that might mean I may have to break those cauldrons, is I'm going to put that in here, and then when he's ready to go, I'll fence him in, so that he can't get in and out, but we'll have to go from there. I am concerned at this point that he's going to want to interact with these things, and then that will cause us a problem. I guess I could just go ahead and break this and see what he does. I knew you were going to do that. 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 What's it take for an upgrade for those? Not doable right now. God dang it. Go over there. All right, nice. So we'll deal with him later. He'll stay that way. He shouldn't get too terribly killed, or at least eaten up. Very cool. All right, so we'll play with this one as we need to go, and we'll have to mess with him because he's going to give us some tools that we can use to do some cool stuff. Where did my thing go? I need to leave this up for now. Okay, sidetrack over. We got him sorted the direction that I want him to go, and he will go to sleep in here when we get him to go. I want a stonemason right off the bat so that I can purchase dripstone from him eventually. So that's just a lucky thing of the draw right there, and he'll go take care of some stuff. So as far as everything else around the base, we can go do a really quick look-see around, and yeah, pretty much now I'm all sidetracked. But anyhow, we have some very small farms going on to do a few things. I did build a kind of a very simple manual kelp farm, which essentially it's just a bunch of water stacked on top of water with a bunch of funnels, or not funnels, hoppers on top pointed into a chute, which then drops the stuff off. So all you do is come over here, do something like that, grab what's in this, and then do that, and the stuff will automatically fall from the top into the bottom. Again, cactus plants, doing a little bit of bamboo in case I need it, and I have a grass spot over here that I'm hoping is going to work given the area where it's at. We're not in a great place as far as things go. Like, so we've got dripstone caves for the most part of everywhere, but then we've got eroded badlands and a few other things. I don't know. We'll find out how it works. Anyhow, I do have another... Well, we did get another loot bee, and I pulled all the stuff off the loot bee that he came through, and he gave us, right here, we got a energetic sheep spawn egg ×2, plus several other things, and, you know, we've just kind of slowly accumulated stuff. You guys really, like I said, I've just been kind of sitting here screwing around doing the light-duty games, not doing really a whole heck of a lot as far as things go. Let me clean up the mess that is in my inventory. I know. I did not want to be doing this today. I wanted to be building stuff and things. Okay, anyhow, it's time to go do the thing, and I guess I'll go ahead and plunk mine down now that I've got him locked away in where he needs to go. That was an all-day event kind of thing. Thank you for the stick. I didn't want your stick. Great, wonderful, go away. Okay, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff. We're all over the place now. That definitely threw my head for a loop. We're okay. We can do a couple of things. Let's talk about what we're gonna do with this pack. This should be episode number 3, and as such, we've done a couple of other things aside from this. I guess I should say I did go ahead and use a little bit of my armor to do a few things, and I went ahead and added an auto-feeding mode to this osmium helmet. Just because I used osmium just because I had an osmium thingy stuff going on, and an auto feeding mode. Just for those of you that are sitting there going, how is he eating without eating? This is a thing that you just craft out of some iron ingots and some sticks and a bowl, which is something that you can then craft together with a helmet that will absolutely be just saving your lives as far as having to continuously eat stuff. Now, I'm assuming that it's wearing the durability down on this. I'll have to pay attention as we go because I made all of this stuff at the same time, and, well, I did get attacked by something because when I was building, but whatever. General goal for the way we're going to build this island out. Again, this is totally, completely, 100% temporary. For the fact, actually, the use on this that's very nice. If you smelt it, it immediately turns into stone bricks, which is very, 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 very cool, and I like this. It's something we will use. All of this will get ripped up and will get replaced with nice, fancy blocks once we get the ability to make those blocks. Get that out of my life. I don't even know. Do we have factory blocks? Probably not. We do have chisel and bits, which is kind of not my favorite thingy. We do have chisels and bits. Yeah, I'm not a humongous fan of chisels and bits, and it's just mainly because of the fact I don't necessarily need it. So we may end up being bored and add in some other stuff. I do know that we have there's a specific mod that allows you to make a whole bunch of really interesting blocks. I think whether or not we've got it in here, I don't know, but we'll have to play with it as we go. If I feel like it, I may add another just cosmetic mod just to be able to kind of make really, really pretty blocks should we be able to do it. This is going to go away. The trees are probably likely going to stay over here, but yes, generally we're going to be a 3x3 area that's going to be built vertically up and down, and we will be building a kind of I guess a skyscraper-ish kind of thing is the way that I tend to build these things. Mainly because of the fact most servers that I've ever played on will only ever allow you a 9 full chunk load before you have to start buying memberships to things. So it's when you're playing in a game, well, I should say in a pack like this or in any other packs where they're only going to allow you that many chunks, you tend to kind of limit yourself to what you can do. So we will decorate, we will make pretty, and I think what we'll probably try to do is we will try to hit every single one of the things we want to hit with its own floor. At least maybe we'll have 1 or 2 technologies or 1 or 2 things per floor, but I do want to kind of mess with everything that we can. I have kind of completed a few of these things. We've kind of messed around with some stuff and kind of picked some things up. Some of this has been unlocked, some of it's, just the way that it goes. And it's nothing major. Again, for the most part, you can throw the quest book away and never look at it again when you play this pack. So we're just going to kind of play with it in the way that we feel like playing it. And if there's something that we could possibly, if we need to interact with something, we'll need to interact with something. So I haven't bothered about making a composter. I don't really need it. It's just going to give me a bunch of random junk that I don't want. And some of the other things, we're going to work through some of this. We're going to kind of play around with it. We're going to see where we are. Now, this is taking way longer than I wanted it to, as always. My biggest issue right now, and I think we're going to have to discuss on this one, is the fact that I'm not going to play this the way that they want me to play it. And you guys that have watched me play stuff pretty much know that's how this is going to go. I'm going to experiment with little things like this because, if we're honest, I've never, ever played with this little functionality. And I kind of like the fact that it's just what it is. So, like dripstone, basically, if you put a fluid above it, it gets a periodic tick throughout the day that tells it yes or no, whether or not you can dump something into the cauldron underneath of it. And that is kind of neat considering the fact that that's free lava out of sources that you already got, or it really slow water production, or I don't know how many other fluids they could possibly work with, given that it is modded. But as far as lava is concerned, that's energy-free way of making lava. Now, it's taken it a really long time to fill that. Really long time to fill that, which is just because of the way Minecraft works. So this is about the only free thing I think we're going to try to use all the time. And when I mean free, I mean free. Everything else that we're going to generate on this base in this playthrough is going to be produced either by mechanical means or by use of a fuel or by use of growth ticks, stuff like this or that, or by bees. You know, if we can do something with bees, we're going to do it with bees. I am not, and I repeat, I am not going to use what the pack is intending us to do here with this. I am sorry. I think it's a neat idea, and I understand that there is magic in this pack. This is too magical. Too magical. Too magical. Too magical. So we can talk about the material generators. We can talk about the pedestals. And this is something that they're pushing you right straight into right off the bat when they're giving you all the tools to do it like this or like that. So let's talk about these pedestals very quickly. A pedestal, first off, requires you to make a linking tool. And a linking tool is basically just a stick and a gem right-clicked on a bookshelf will give you the linking tool or the crafting tool. This thing, then, you can just craft as many pedestals as you want out of stone. Stone, cobblestone from then on out. So you're basically only using, and here's my problem with it, you're using resources one time to get infinite resources forever. So a material generator, basically this is just an upgrade for this pedestal. Well, it's just a little bit of gold and a upgraded tool of which you just have to take another rod and another gold ingot and click it on a bookshelf to get the rod that you need to make an upgrade base that you then craft with a bucket of lava and a bucket of water. Granted, that's the end of your thing, okay? That's the end of it. That's it. That's all. That's done. And then from then on, you take that particular upgrade, you smack it on top of it. Well, you take a pedestal, you smack it on top of the correct block that you need in order to be able to produce things. So like if I wanted to produce infinite andesite, well, that's gravel. I think I can actually do gravel. Why is gravel in there? Andesite. So if I wanted to produce infinite andesite, I just take a polished andesite and place that down on the ground, put the pedestal on top of it, place the upgrade in the pedestal, and then I'll have andesite forever. No energy, no nothing, no mechanical, anything. Just, there you go. Same thing with some of these other stuff we've got here. Hammer, this auto hammer. We're not using it. I don't care if it's here. I don't care if I have the availability to use it. You know why? Because it doesn't wear out and it doesn't use energy. It's a free machine. So, no, we're not using it. I understand it's in the pack. Don't tell me. I know. I've watched. I get it. I see it. I understand where they're wanting us to go. We're not using it. We're going to use something like this. If I need to crush something, I want to crush something like this. My whole intent and purposes as far as beating on Create is that Create is the mod that I have wanted for a really long time that no one has bothered to make since I forget which one it was a long time ago. This is going to allow me to build a belted line shaft factory. Gear damn Skippy, we're going to be using this mod really heavily in this playthrough. Really heavily in this playthrough. To the point that one of our biggest things that we're going to be looking at very soon, hopefully, is the steam engines. These guys right here. Steam engines are cheap, totally buildable right now. I mean, cheap for what we're going to be doing. And they make a lot of power. But they're going to require something special, which we're going to investigate soonish. As soon as I can get something to spawn over here. And I mean, I have 5 of them. I need chickens. I need a bunch of little things in order to make this all work. And I know we're just kind of sitting here talking and hanging out, and I think that's the way this episode is going to be, because I think what we're going to do with this episode is, well, this episode's going to be an interesting one. Those of you that don't know, we're going to start doing Minecraft 2 times a week again, which means this one is likely going to come out as the first one in the week, which means the end of the week, we're going to have to come up with something cool to do. So, with the rest of what's left of today, which is not going to be a whole heck of a lot, there are a couple of things I kind of wanted to experiment with. One of which is I want to get this one going, and I'm really kind of contemplating whether or not I want to start Britannia today. Because if I can upgrade this right there, I can make this work a heck of a lot better. But we'll talk about that as we go. You, sir, need a friend. Have a friend. Now we have 2 bees in there. The biggest problem is we need poppies. Poppies or a forest rod with a dandelion or any kind of grass sifted. Any kind of grass sifted. Interesting. Well, let's get a little bit of interesting stuff. Where is bone meal? I need things to make those guys go to work. I think very, very soon we're going to be working on trying to get either... We got to get animals first, and I'm hoping... I mean, I may have to AFK on the other side of this thing just to get it to do it, but I'm pretty certain this area should work for the mess, I think. And if I do everything connected, thank you. Do that again. I'm interested in this because there's some stuff we can get from this process as well. Ah, there we go. That's a good thing to get a hold of. That'll help us do some stuff later on. Matter of fact, let's go plant that right now. Well, I go put this in here. So this should just be... actually, I need to do this. Shut that one off, turn the thing on, let it run what's left of the stuff in it, which shouldn't be too much more. Yeah? Nice. You do all of that for me. Very cool. We need a bunch of flowers. We need a bunch of this stuff anyway because we're going to need it for other things. You. We'll let you. Nice. Did I get another one? You can go to work in there. Cool. All right. Use on you. Well, you're wondering about what we're supposed to do with this. Apparently, this is something we can do some things with. So use on here. Of course, it's going to tell us all the stuff. It's going to give us a biomass deal. It's going to give us a couple of other things. Can be used to heal all spirits and familiars summoned by the occultism rituals. Simply right-click the entity and heal it by 1 heart. Or, if we click over here and we look down at Mastering the Occult, we needed one of those. That's going to get us an enchanted golden apple and a dictionary of spirits. Now, by using bone meal and breaking tall grass, you can get some of this stuff, and if you're lucky, you'll end up with things to get occultism. Watching the world burn. I need to get this. By throwing a demon dream fruit on the ground and lighting it on fire, it will create spirit fire. Spirit fire has magical properties that convert items thrown into it into other items. Okay, well, that's interesting to know about. Let's see here. Spirit. I think I can do this like this. Okay, well, that's a diamond into a spirit attuned gem. That's an iron bee into an ice, whatever that is. This into that. This into that. Sand into soul sand. Bricks into nether bricks. Otherworld wood into otherworld ashes. Andesite into other stone, which is some other things that we're interested in. And oak sapling into oak sapling. Now, that was interesting right there. That was something we could probably make massive use of. Did I use all of my sand? I know I saw one. Where did it go? One of those. One of those. Alright, so if we're really, really, really happy about this, my question is how long does this burn? And I'm pretty certain I can probably keep it going forever, but I am very, very interested in that little thing. So I'm just going to throw this on the ground. Nope, don't eat it. Excellent. I'm just going to leave it there. Maybe it'll burn away or do whatever it needs to do. But thank you very much. That got us some other stone and some other world wood. That also got us the soul sand, which is going to get us 16 soul sand. Why is that so important, you ask? Well, because this is how we're going to automate the collection of nether quartz. Probably fairly soon. So we can either turn it into scaria, or we can turn it into nether quartz and golden nuggets. That's simple, easy, fun stuff, or we can sift it and get our nether wart and our other things this way. There's a lot of things we needed to do with that. The interesting thing with soul sand, the recipe on this. Again, this is one of those things I can place down underneath a pedestal to get forever soul sand. Or I can just take sand in front of that and do it. So, I think that's where we're going to be headed fairly soon, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, I think that's been a... I'm sorry, this is going to be one of those all over the kind of place things, and I really need to come over here and catch these guys. I need a chicken. I need a chicken to spawn so that we can go do forward with the rest of this stuff, because I'm hoping in the next episode we will be going from that ugly mess to a whole heck of a lot more power very, 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 very quickly. And I think I have all the stuff to do it completely. So, I'm just going to leave it right now. So, till then, I'll see you all later. Bye.